Okay, I thought I'd make a video about all the bullshit I get on the other 22 videos I've done. It seems you've got all these idiots that they'll come to a video, they'll assume they know what you're going to say, they refute what they think you're going to say, and they leave. When if they just listen to what you say for a minute or two, they would know that you covered the point that they made, or you talked about whatever it was. So, yeah, just a combination of arrogance and ignorance, I'm sure. So I'm going to say it one last time, just straight out again. The 22 is not my favorite choice, not my first choice for self-defense. However, I believe it can do the job. The 22, it's a very popular caliber, right? So I always say that there's more people killed by the 22 than any other caliber. Now, there'll be debates on why that is. I mean, is it because there's more out there? I think you have more of them. Yes, there's going to be more accidents. Yes. There's going to be people using them for self-defense. Yes. As this one guy that I got into it with, and you guys know I don't hold back. I'm not the better man. I'll just tell people the way it is. They can tell me. That's fine. But he was saying that a lot of people, it's because of suicides. But my point is, regardless if it's suicide or an accident or for self-defense, if people are being killed with the 22, then that would mean that it's lethal. I don't see how people don't understand that point. If it kills people, then it's lethal. If it's lethal, then it can be used as a weapon for self-defense. These guys would talk like if they heard somebody break in or something break a window, or the door get kicked in or some shit, and there's a 22 by their nightstand they used for plinking that day, and they looked at it, they saw the gun, they would just leave it there and get up quickly and quietly to the kitchen and go get a big old knife. Right? Is that what's going to happen? Fuck no. You're going to use the 22. And this idiot, and I'm not going to name names, I never do, but on the last one, he was saying that if he broke into someone's house and if they pulled a 22 on him, after they shot him, did he take the gun and pistol whip him with it? Or if it was a rifle, he'd club him to death with it. Like, it's just going to bounce off him. He's going to just look at his skin a little irritated, rub it off, and then walk over there and whoop the shit out of somebody. That's not happening. All right, that's bullshit. He thinks that the rounds are going to just bounce off him like Superman. It's unbelievable. Again, if that many people are being killed, how can you say that it's not effective? Not the first choice, not my first choice, but if it kills people, it's lethal. If it's lethal, it can be used for self-defense. It does have limitations. Let's say that you live up north, where they're in the cold, and people are going to have plenty of layers on. Yeah, it may not be the first choice, right? I like the 45, right? But I'm not going to go into bear country with a 45. I know its limitations, and I'm aware of them. But that doesn't mean it wouldn't be effective. I mean, like one of my subs said that a skull is only so thick. Do I recommend a headshot? No, that'd be hard to get. But if you're, who knows? There's some people that may be good enough with it. I mean, I'm a decent shot. I'm pretty good. But there's people out there much better than me. Right? I mean, just read comments on YouTube. Half the people on YouTube are black belts and, ex-special force, 20 years in the military. Half the guys on YouTube. So I guess there's plenty of experience out there. Right? I just nothing but keyboard commandos. It really blows my mind. What they say, what they believe, if they even believe it themselves. This one idiot was saying that, well, if he has body armor, what are you going to do then? It's like, do you get your information off of movies and video games? There's body armor, you put that on, and you use it till it wears out or something? I'm like, you are aware that there's 2A, 2, 3, 3A, and 4. And if you have A 2A or 2. I mean, those are so outdated. You could have a 9mm or a 45 or even some 12 gauge rounds, and it may not do anything either. So it would make a difference if you had 22 or 9 or 45. If they are using it, may or may not make a difference. You don't know. It's bullet resistant, not bulletproof. Of course, you don't know about that. You just simply saw it on a video game, and you put it on until it wears out, and there you go. You get something else. Yeah, sure. Maybe in games, but not in the real world. For those that say that it's not lethal, or it's not effective, useless. If you were to have a seance and ask these people, used it for suicide, or somebody used it for self-defense and shot them, or got killed in some accident, how do you think they would answer if you said, hey, is it lethal? Right? There'd be people killed with that thing. So yes, it can be effective. Not the first choice, but it can be effective. I'm still waiting to see one of these guys refute me. They talk all this bullshit, but not once has anybody ever sent me a video where they show me how useless it is, right? I don't want to get shot with a BB gun, much less a 22. I'm the one saying that I don't want to get shot with it. They're the one saying it's nothing. So where's the video where there's some, guy with coconut balls out there that no t-shirt, or just no shirt, no nothing. We can see that you don't have body armor, and we know they're not blanks because there's a target being held out. You're holding it straight up, bare chested, and with a buddy or a string or something to pull the trigger, take rounds in the target, and then walk up and show how useless it is. Show where your skin's all just a little irritated. Hell no, I'm never gonna see that video. And all these guys that talk all that shit, they're not gonna back it up. None of them. None of them. I don't even see anybody trying that shit with blanks. But I'll be damned. It'd blow my mind. Where is that son of a bitch out there that it's going to bounce off him like Superman? Bare-chested, target in front of him. Show us how useless it is. You send me that video, I'll take all the other ones down. I'll refute them. I'll put your video all over the place. I'll say I was wrong. This guy's a badass. He's correct. You see what he did? He just held that, bounced off him. He went through the target, bounced off his skin like a brick wall. It's amazing. He was right. I'll refute that shit down. But you know what? I'm never going to see that. Because you guys, you'll never back it up. You know it's suicide. You know I'm right, and you'd be scared shitless to be shot with that round. For those of you that know me, or if you watch the videos, you know that I know what it's like to lose a lot of blood. Right? I've been there. You can see some of the videos of my hand. Got a big old gash. I mean, if you look at my arm, if you really look, you can see. All right, I got hacked up with a cleaver years ago. I know what it's like to lose blood. And you don't have that long before you need medical attention. I mean, I took some pretty good lashes there with that fucking cleaver. But anyway, I know what it's like. And you're not just going to be okay. You're not going to walk it off. Maybe all these keyboard commandos at 20 years, special forces and shit, and black belt and all that. Yeah, sure. But they're not going to back it up. It's not my first choice. It has limitations, but if you're good with it, it can get the job done. And that's all there is to it. And if you're so sure, prove me wrong. I know none of those guys that talk shit, none of them are going to back it up. Because they know I'm right. Anyway, that's it. That's it for me. That's all I got to say. It just the arrogance and ignorance is overwhelming on YouTube. But again, they're going to just type, text, keyboard commandos. Nobody's ever going to back it up. They'd be a fool. Anyway, that's it for me. Y'all have a good one.